DSP here, and welcome to the weekend preview for July 10th, 2011. Here we are in the middle of the summer. It is hot, it is scorching outside, and we have a little bit of dead time where there's not many, if any at all, new retail releases. That doesn't mean that the footage is going to let up, so let's start off reviewing what we have done in the past week, and then we will move on to what to expect in the coming week. So first of all, last week I had a very rare occasion to take some time off for the July 4th weekend. There was not a lot going on at all, and so I took a couple days off. When I came back, I uploaded a couple things. First of all, my Child of Eden gameplay, which honestly I think I'm completely done with. The game is horrible, and I can't even do a Hateful Truth on it because I didn't finish it, but I don't want to finish it because the game fucking blows. It's that bad, but if you watch the footage, for the first couple videos it's actually pretty funny and interesting, I think, and then after a while you realize how repetitive the game is, how much the game makes you want, or forces you to replay the same stages over and over. It's just not very good. It's barely a game that's even worth a retail release. I can't believe it was a retail release. It should have been a DLC title. So anyway, that footage is up on DSPGaming, and then also my very first co-op playthrough with a female, oh no, internets. Yes, that's right, I actually have female friends, if you can believe it. But Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon, did a full campaign co-op playthrough of that with my friend Evie. That is also up on DSPGaming. And then, during the course of the week, a couple things. First of all, there were a couple DLCs that have come out for Mortal Kombat 9 for two new characters, Scarlet and Kenshi. And I played both of those characters, both in training mode, tried to flesh out some basic strategies and moves, and I also took them into arcade mode and played their arcade mode ladder stories. So if you're interested in that, head over to DSP Street Fighter. That footage is up. And then during the course of the past week, I had a chance to replay the campaign of Infamous 2, this time going with all the evil side choices. So I had completely different powers than I had in my first campaign playthrough of the game, where I went for good karma. I went with Nyx's missions every single time, which are very, very different from some of the missions that you do with Quo. And it was really interesting to see how it affected the course of the game and the ending itself. So if you're interested in that, that's also up. And then for the weekend, I actually went to a gaming convention called Kineticon. It wasn't really a gaming convention, it was more anime than anything else, and cosplay. But there was some gaming stuff there. Took some pretty interesting footage while I was there, and that's also up here on DSPGaming. Also, on Saturday at that Kineticon convention, I participated in both the Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 tournaments. Ended up doing pretty well in both, got second place in both tournaments. Really close matches, really interesting and fun, dramatic, like edge-of-your-seat, suspenseful gameplay. If you want to see that, head over to DSP Street Fighter. All that footage is up right now. And then today, I had a chance to actually play a little bit more of the Uncharted 3 beta. I knew it was coming to an end in a couple days. They did another update and added a new map called Yemen and a couple new game modes like Plunder and Objective. So I played a couple matches of that today. I didn't have too much time, but I did as much as I could, and that is also up here on DSPGaming. So that's the new footage. The one other thing that I did do this week is this past week, is I made an update video regarding Bill S.978. In that video, I debunk a lot of the rumors about that bill and basically tell you the truth, because a lot of people, unfortunately, are very misinformed. They think they know what they're talking about, and they don't. And they're making all these videos and saying all this stuff that's completely untrue about the bill, and I basically cleared everything up in that video. So if you haven't seen it yet, that's here on DSPGaming. It's actually in my favorites, along with the original video, which the original video I made about that bill now has over 500,000 views. So again, thank you everyone for getting the word out on that video and on that bill. Please continue to contact your senator, your congressman or woman. This bill should not pass in its current form because it is a big threat for anyone who puts video game footage on the internet. Okay, so that's that. That's what happened in the past week. So what to expect this week? Well, it won't be a slow start. First of all, starting on Monday, what I'm going to do is I plan on doing two playthroughs this week. I am on the fence on which to start first, but I think I'm leaning towards American McGee's Alice. Now, as you know, I played Alice Madness Returns last month. It was the sequel to American McGee's Alice, and when you bought that game, you actually got a code to download the original game for free. So I have the original game. Now I played this game on PC when it was new back in, I think it was like 2000 or 2001, and but I never beat it. I got pretty far, but I remember for whatever reason I never got to beat it. So I'm interested to re-explore that, to go back and play through it and see, you know, how is this game. Now from what I've heard, it's actually a straight port of the PC, which means there are a couple problems with controls because it wasn't really designed for a control pad. And also, you should probably save every 2 seconds because there's no checkpoints. So I'm glad people gave me that advice. I'll keep that in mind when I play that game. On Tuesday, the demo for Catherine is going to be released, and so I'm going to check that out. Catherine is an interesting game to me. Obviously it's a Japanese, very Japanese-centric game, based on Japanese culture, etc. A very quirky story, anime style. It pretty much is a puzzle game at its core, but it seems to have a lot of interesting elements that combine, and I want to check it out. So I will be checking that out later this month. The demo comes out this week, so that'll be our first taste of that game to see exactly what it looks like and what it turns out to be. Also, I do want to do another playthrough of F.E.A.R 3, this time using F.E.A.R, who I unlocked when I beat it the first time playing with Point Man. So I'm interested to see what changes in the gameplay-wise, and then of course the ending as well. I want to see what happens, so I'm interested to see that if I get a chance to do that. On Sunday of this week, I'm going to, and of course it's a week from today, I'm going to a tournament at that local gaming place, Games Etc., that I've told you about. That is local to me. They're having a tournament there for several different fighting games, so I'll be attending that. And that footage will be going up on Sunday, so you'll get your weekly fix of fighting games from me on Sunday. John Rambo, from all reports, should be coming by on Saturday, and if he does, that means we'll have the first Smart Guys in quite a long time. And I'll see what kind of stuff we can do co-op. I'm not so sure what exactly there'll be left to do. Obviously, F.E.A.R 3 has a co-op, but I'm not sure if we want to do that simply because I might have already played both campaigns through. There might be something we can figure out. I'm not positive, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what we can figure out what we want to do and go from there. I do know that there's some other stuff, like for example in Excitement Armageddon, there's a survival mode that I didn't try yet. Maybe we'll do something like that. I don't know, but there'll be some gameplay from us on Saturday. The one thing I'm on the fence about this week is if I should film another episode of Ask the King. I did one roughly 2 weeks ago now, and I've been saying maybe I should only do it once a month because it seems like when I do it every 2 weeks I don't get enough questions. Now if you're confused about how to submit questions, I guess now's a good time to refresh your memory. Go to my website, thekingofhate.com, and in the forums of there will be a section there that says Ask the King, previously DSP's inbox, and when you go there you can submit questions, and those questions I go through all of them when I film an episode of Ask the King, and I pick, oh, excuse me, holy shit, I pick the best ones that I feel, you know, are the most interesting to answer, and I answer them in the video. Also, always keep in mind, whenever I am in the process of preparing questions for an episode of Ask the King, I post up on my Twitter account, which is @TheyCallMeDSP, and that is how you can also submit questions. You can put some up on my Twitter account during that time period, and you can maybe get your question in. So that's it. I'm on the fence. I'm thinking maybe I should wait a little bit longer, maybe wait till the end of the month, and that way we'll have a full month to get the questions save up. But I'll let you know, obviously, as we get closer. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. It's going to be busy. It's going to have an Alice, American McGee's Alice playthrough, possibly another F.E.A.R 3 run, maybe some F.E.A.R 3 co-op on the weekend with John Rambo, maybe some Insect Armageddon co-op, maybe something completely different on the weekend. Who knows? We have a lot of stuff to get to. So we'll see what happens, but this week should be interesting, especially with the Catherine demo, and anything else that comes out. If anyone knows of any other DLCs or anything coming out, I'm trying to, you know, stay in touch with everything that's going on, but a lot of stuff gets announced, and unbeknownst to me. For example, I didn't know, but a Dragon Age 2 expansion was just announced for the end of the month, and I am planning on doing that eventually. I do still have Dragon Age 2, but yeah, I would have known it if a fan hadn't commented about it on my website, made a thread about it, wondering if I was going to play it. I didn't hear anything about it, you know? Especially I've been at Connecticut all weekend, busy all week playing games. I don't necessarily catch all the press releases and everything, so. Alright, so anyway, that's it. That's the week in preview. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're looking forward to the next week. Now, next week, meaning not this Tuesday coming up, the Tuesday after, finally we get some retail releases with Captain America. There's a Fallout New Vegas expansion coming out that day, and called the new Call of Juarez. So next week back to being very busy with new retail releases, but this week is kind of, again, more of a catch-up filler week. If I do have time, I do want to try some others. I want to try F.E.A.R 3 online play. I want to maybe try Transformers War for Cybertron online play. So maybe I'll do that in place of a Fettle playthrough. Maybe I'll try to beat F.E.A.R 3 with Rambo and do a co-op playthrough when he's here. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence about it, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, lots of gameplay coming up this week, so stay tuned. So thanks a lot. I'm DSP, and I will see you during the playthroughs. Cool. See you later.